This looks like an HD version of Sonic 1. Or is it a sequel to a game? Who knows? Hey guys, it's Gum here, and we are doing a game that this is actually my second take on doing. But I didn't make it too far in, so I'm not too upset. In fact, I'm very little upset. I just had a notification right there. One that you guys cannot see, but would anyway. Now this is Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, a sequel to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or its own thing, because it came out 16 years after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So 16-year gap, quite a long time. So we're gonna start a new game, I guess. I didn't really make all my data lose so far. Yeah, I don't care. This is my second take on recording. Just had something come, an interruption. That's what caused me to stop. In the Splash Hill Zone, Act 1, the adventure begins. Indeed, let this adventure begin. This is Sonic 4 over here. Plays pretty much similar to those other Sonic games we played. 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, CD. And now we're playing as Modern Sonic, which since we're playing as Modern Sonic, he has the homing attack. So that whenever you press A in midair, once there's a lock-on cursor, and you do a homing attack. So that's what that does. So it can be on an enemy, a spring, or something else. And also, well, it's pretty much optional. You don't actually have to use the homing attack. Except there were a few points throughout this whole game you actually need to, but that's not important. And funny enough, not long ago, I saw a video of saying, "Can you beat Sonic 4 Episode 1 without using the homing attack?" And it was pretty interesting. And another thing too about Sonic 4 is the momentum, because like when we roll down this hill, so look at that. I'm not holding any direction on the control stick, and I stopped. It wasn't rolling down the hill that fast or anything. So the momentum is different, but and that's why a lot of people don't really like Sonic 4 that much. At least Episode 1, because Episode 2's momentum is improved a bit. Well, improved enough to where improved enough to where it works better, but not to perfect moment. But I'll get to that later. Here it's when Splash Hill's which is pretty much the Green Hill, Emerald Hill, Palm Tree Panic, and Angel Island from those previous games we played. Getting a special stage is still the same, just as Sonic 1/CD. Past the goalpost sign with 50 rings, jump into that giant ring, and you enter the special stage. And if you got 10,000 points in the previous games, you would have gotten a continue. But in this game you get a 1-up, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to the special stage, which is pretty much like Puke Bag Zone, aka Sonic 1 special stage, except there's a timer this time. In fact, we actually can just move the background around, not move Sonic around. And then this is right around where I had to stop the recording, or the recording stopped on me actually. And plus, since there's a timer and we can move the background around, we could just stay here forever, but since the timer is there, we can't stay there. We have to keep moving on here. And there are a bunch of exclamation marks. Whatever you do, don't touch them, because you'll be kicked out of the special stage if you do. But however, there's a tip for this. If you're about to enter or touch one of them, you can press pause and it'll hit retry. It'll be an option saying retry, and you can just retry the special stage without having to go through an act. And once you get a Chaos Emerald in that act, you can't get another Chaos Emerald in that act until you go to the next act, which is Splash Show Zone Act 2, High Speed Athlete Leads. And so now this is something new that we have never done in the previous games, swinging on vines. Nice, so that's pretty cool. If you homing and attack in this, you'll get a lot of speed. You reach your top speed on that pretty quickly, which is pretty cool. Cool in a way. And this is also this game was developed by Dimps. Dimps who made many 2D Sonic games when modern Sonic came throughout the 2000s. They did the Sonic Advance series. They did the Sonic Rush series. They did the Wii versions of Sonic Unleashed, the DS flat version of Sonic Colors, the 3DS versions of Sonic Generations and Sonic Lost World, and for episode 1 and 2. And I'm pretty sure that's all they did at this point. Well, I didn't. And so overall, they made this game a pretty solid game. Of course, not many people might not think that because of the momentum, but it's still playable nonetheless. Look at that. Well, we already got at the second special stage, and this feels a little more akin to what I'm used to. Oh, actually a little easier than plenty of the other games because the control is a little better. It's on slightly newer console, which is which came out on the Xbox 360, Wii, PlayStation 3, PC, and also came out as a mobile phone game. Which there actually, for Sonic 4 Episode 1, there actually are a few differences for the mobile phone version. Which I actually tried it out, checked it out for myself, and there were differences. I do prefer the console versions more because of the controls, because the control feels a lot better. So with the mobile phone, you actually have to touch the screen or set it to where you have to tilt the phone, tilt your phone to do it, oh wow. Oh, by the way, here's the retry thing I was mentioning. If I hit that, I could restart the special stage, but I didn't need to because I was just about to get the Chaos Emerald. Oh, if you press Y at the end of each act, it'll go on straight to the next act. If I didn't press that, it would take me to the stage select, but which is not too bad. Not a big deal. Oh, but still obviously more preferable. Oh, not to just go straight to the next act. But oh well. And you may notice Sonic looks a little bit more shinier than he did before in the other games, which I'm pretty sure it's just the Xbox 360 version. I'm not sure because I've not. Or I could be wrong about. Actually, maybe I am right on it. And the very thing too is that if you play the mobile phone version, whenever you go on a loop-to-loop, the camera will actually follows the spin around with Sonic, which is kind of cool at the same time, kind of trippy. And you can jump off of those things whenever you like. To get, and I agree. And oh, by the way, an alternate route up here, which not many people would know about. And also, speed shoes do improve your momentum. Like, you go so much farther than you would. And the end of this act is pretty bottomless pit heavy. Because, like right that whole, I felt, went over bottomless pit. And actually, I'm going this way for an alternate path, for a 1-up, and an alternate pathway. And homing attack chain, that one's actually mandatory to do, because if you don't, you would just hit an enemy and fall into a bottomless pit and die. So there are 3 acts in each zone. Well, technically 4, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, I do really like this game. I don't think it's one of the greatest games ever. I still rather play. Think Adventure 2 is better than this. I still think Heroes is better than this. I still think Unleash is better than this. I still think Team Sonic Racing is better than this. Even though that game is like the most recent Sonic game, and no, enough about that. The rings are here for more of a reason. Can't get them just because I don't have to get them just because I can, and because there was a gate there. See, I just got enough rings to open that gate. If I didn't get enough rings, then that gate wouldn't open. And you could also get a 1-up throughout this. I was about to say continue, but there aren't any continues in this because of the fact that this is newer age. You don't need a where saving was pretty much a thing for all consoles at this point. You didn't need where continues were pretty much pointless. So that bumper right there can often screw you but I made it look easy. Already 10 minutes in, we're only 10 minutes in and we got the third Chaos Emerald. Yeah, this is not a super long game. We might be done with this in 2 episodes. Of course, I'm referring to each episode. I'm not referring to each episode of Sonic 4 done in 1 episode. I'm referring, but you get what I'm saying. Now there's technically 4 acts, because instead of having the boss at the end of Act 3 like in Sonic 1, you actually have it in its standalone act. Which I quite like that. Pretty much. You don't have to go all the way through an act just to get here. Oh look, it's the ball and chain. We saw this with Sonic 1 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles with Mecha Sonic. And I could just jump into him multiple times or homing attack him. And after you hit him enough, the music will start getting pumped up, pitched, and he'll do that whip attack where he whips it over you. And if you stand all the way to the side, you'll be fine. And actually, that music that was playing before it went into pitch music was not an original song from this. It was actually an unused track from Sonic 3D Blast. Yes, but I think it was just a slight remix of it. But I might put the original theme of that in the description just so you can check it out. And you can press A at those result screens to make it go by faster. Okay, already that didn't take too long. Now we're going to the next zone, which I'll get more into the momentum here with Casino Street. And if you look at the background, right there you can see there's some signs that have chili dogs on them. It's kind of cool. Don't know if anyone pays attention to that, but or to the background that is. I don't know. You might learn something every day. Hey, I got crushed right there. Oh well, that's not important. Or I should say not a big deal, that is, because I can easily get back there. Oh, that enemy you can't hold me attack from the front because we can't. Oh. Right. Now here's where we test out that momentum. If you roll into a ball, you don't go very high. See? Even if you hold right, you still don't go very high. But if you can see that, if you saw that, just running up the wall, you just launch so much higher. You can see it, I'm already back up here. Yeah, so yeah, you don't need to go into a ball. All you need to do is run everywhere you need to go. And for some reason people think that's a big problem. But because I can see why they think it's a problem, because in all the older games you go into a ball and you go faster, but they just changed it up a little bit for this game. Oh, by the way, come down here, there's a slot machine. See what we get. Oh, no, Eggmans. How could you? And this is the only slot machine in the entire game. So all you get are bars, Eggmans, Sonics, and rings, and jackpots. And you get a lot of points from them too, which is pretty cool. So I always like staying there until I get a jackpot, and then go to the end of the act. This invincibility box. And those have these right there. I don't know. Wait, Carnival Night, yes. Those 70s returning from Carnival Night from Sonic 3 and Knuckles returning here. So there's quite a lot of references to older games. Games like Splash Hill was pretty much Green Hill, Emerald Hill, Palm Tree Panic, like Angel Island Zone. This is Casino Street Zone, is basically Casino Night Zone. Pretty nice. I slowed down because I didn't want to overshoot the special stage. Even though I could have kept running and been fine. Yeah, and actually Act 2 of Casino Street is different from Act 1, different in the mobile phone version. Okay, this is probably my least favorite special stage in the game. Not because it's hard, just rather because of all the bumpers. Because it feels like you feel like I get bounced around, as you can see there. Oh, and it's just kind of annoying. I mean, see, look, I'm trying to get in here, but it's really hard to deal with all the bumpers. Whereas I almost feel like half the time it's trying to push me back to where I came from. Can't consider this to be my least favorite. See, look, I'm trying to get through here, but I can't. And you can press A and B to shake this thing, the special stage, but that doesn't do much. All it does is make if you're standing on a, okay, because like here, I'll just show you what it is. All it does is make you jump like that. Doesn't really do much. I can watch out for those exclamation marks because you don't want to touch them. If you do, you'll be sent out of the special stage. And that's no good. For being a special stage, it has very peaceful music. Sounds like music you would play when you go to a kid would go to sleep or something. Well, not important. What's important is that we got that damn 4th Chaos Emerald. Or I should say acquired here, because this is what it says up there. Alright, now we're coming to Act 2 of Casino Street. In the mobile phone version, this is completely different. I won't be able to show it off, the mobile phone version of this act, because I just can't have that technology yet. But I'll at least talk about it. But first I might as well explain what this act has in it. Basically, this act has a bunch of cards, as you can see there. There are 3 types of cards. There are Eggman cards, Sonic cards, and 10 ring cards. If you get 3 of a pair, or at least of the 10 ring cards and the Sonic cards, you get something. 10 ring cards, you get 10 rings. The Sonic cards, you get a 1-up. So this is literally the best level to grind for lives. You want to get the maximum amount of lives, which the maximum amount are 1,000 lives. Well, technically 999, but you know what I mean. But overall, pretty cool way. You can get up to like 30 lives just playing this act once. And actually, the route that I'm taking the route that I'm going to take, that I'm taking, is the best. That's the way. It's the most. That's the way you can get the most amount of cards at a time. And the reason I say that's because at this point, right around here. Alright, let's go back. And I can jump down here, and we can get more cards. Anyway, yeah, enough about that. Yeah, the mobile phone version of this act is actually you're in a pinball machine, even though it's not like an actual pinball machine or anything. It's set up to be like a pinball machine, and your goal is to get, I think, 10,000 points or 100,000 points. I don't remember. And you start off on like when you start off at the home, or start off as like the thing that makes you move up, or where you launch the ball. And once you get, I think, 100,000 points or 10,000 points, that area will open up, and the goalpost sign will appear. Yeah, so it's a little interesting. It's an interesting idea for an act, which I don't know why they cut it off for the console version. Could have just made that like a bonus level on here. So I don't know why. Just decided, yeah, let's cut it off. Or something. So okay, I was just trying to make sure everyone wouldn't get hit there. And there is one more act in this game that is different from the in the mobile phone version. And if you don't get free of repair, the cards up down at the bottom will eventually disappear. Here, so you might want to get them quick. Okay, so there we go. That's the last of the cards. You can see, like, I don't know how many lives I started off with, and you may squeeze around that by hearing the one-up jingle throughout most of this. But until you you're near the end, which we are now, is where it's different, and you don't get any more cards, and you can actually enjoy the music. Sick, but hey, overall for an act, it's pretty darn good fun, in the best way to just grind for lives. Completely almost we didn't jump into it because I'm just so used to playing without doing that. Yeah, it's like I think we got so many lives that could easily get a whole bunch for that on that. And now in the 5th special stage here, which is pretty nice. It just starts off in this open area. Come on, so this is pretty much it. The background's kind of playing just to show you tells you what color the Chaos Emerald you're getting. And that's pretty much it. It's because you saw the last special stage we played, the background was green, so that meant we were getting the green Chaos Emerald. This one we're getting the gray. Oh, crud! Oh well, that's not a big deal. I'm not gonna bother going through that again. And I mean, it's not like I don't want to. I mean, I'd rather just play it fair. No, but I was just the thing. Why I did that was I was thinking to myself, trying to remember the first time I did that special stage, because there were these points where because there were points in there where you just had to turn at the right time, otherwise you would fall into a point where you had to go around to get back to. And I was trying to keep thinking that because that's what I had to do. But completely forgot that was there. Yeah, but well. Well, yeah, anyway, now here we are in Act 3, which is, gee, this platforming looks familiar. It's like I said, this Vineyard Zone in from Sonic 1. And that only looked like it should have noticed me, but it didn't. Anyway, there are also a bunch of these cannons throughout Act 3, which they are different from the cannons in Carnival Night Zone. Well, these ones you're actually aiming where they go. It's not like it's just like where you aim from left. It's constantly moving and you shoot. No, you can choose where you aim, and it will just have a locked position. Have like 10 or 11 locked positions. I think 5 on each side, and 1 in the middle, and 5 on the other side. You can just either jump into them or homing attack into them. Oh, by the way, secret alternate route up here, which not many of you might know about. Because I sure didn't when I first played this until eventually I figured it out. So it's a little bit. The other area would have been similar to this, but it would have been a bunch of rings telling me where to go and shooting myself from cannon to cannon. And in fact, we're at the top of that part right now. So it didn't miss much. Oh, by the way, some more rings up there. Oh, yeah, another thing. If you don't do an don't homing attack into an enemy, you're doing an air dash. Dash pretty much like this, and you stay in ball form, then you slowly form back. Don't stay in ball form anymore. Oh, another thing about the momentum is that from when you come off a ledge, and let go of the if you come off the ledge and just let go of the controls as you're running and come off an edge, you would just stop in mid-air for a sec, or not go anywhere. Well, yeah, because like all the other games, you would, if you kept moving forward, you at least keep your momentum would keep you going until you just were starting to fall down. But the only way how to actually make that happen is if just to hold right. Same kind of goes with the spin dash. Okay, that's what I was. This is what I was sort of trying to do. And yeah, there we go. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. I usually don't get through that too fast, but I managed to. And all you have to do is just do the same thing you did at the beginning of the special stage. And get into the middle until you get the Chaos Emerald. Yeah, that was just pounding my foot to stay in sync with Sonic's tapping foot right there. And now we're coming up to the boss. So probably just do 2 acts per each zone. Eggman's party, cool. I guess he's like, I went through a party once and see who it came, and guess what? Everybody came. and it was funny. It's basically the boss fight from Casino Night, with some differences. Like I don't think he dropped. He's gonna try to grab. Actually, I think the boss fight may be a little different. Actually, one thing I know is different is that if you stay, I'll just show it off. He's gonna eventually close his cockpit up, and he's gonna spin around like that. But if you just stay underneath these, you'll be fine. And you can just bounce off those things up there until he blows up. Oh, he's doing it again. There we go, finished him off. Okay. So, that'll be it for this episode. So next time on Sonic 4 Episode 1, we'll hopefully finish up this game, because this game's only 4. Might as well, yeah, actually might as well just show you the world map before we end this episode off. Oh, yeah, why don't I do that? It would be, I don't want to just not show it off. Oh, see, something's opening. It's where you can select the special stages. So you can go in there and select the special stages whenever you like. And another interesting thing is that for this game says you can actually choose what act you want to start out with. So I could go straight. So next zone we're supposed to go to is Lost Labyrinth. Oh, I could actually just go straight to Mad Gear. I don't know if you're actually defeating the Mad Gear zone lets you get to the final area. You probably have to beat all 4 zones, but oh well. Well, I'm not gonna bother figuring that out. As you can see, got a special Chaos Emerald in all these acts. Once you get a Chaos Emerald in that act, you can't get one in that act again. So anyway, see you all next time for when we finish up Episode 1.